With us now from Capitol Hill is Congressman Steve Cohen, a Democrat from Tennessee and member of the Judiciary Committee. And Congressman, I want to start with you on this question. President Trump says he didn't give Democratic leaders a heads up about this operation or even in advance of his public remarks on Sunday morning. And let's listen to the reason that he gave.
Mr. President, are you concerned that Nancy Pelosi and others can't be trusted with this kind of information?
Well, I guess the only thing is they were talking about why didn't I give the information to Adam Schiff and his committee? And the answer is because I think Adam Schiff is the biggest leaker in Washington. He's a corrupt politician. He's a leaker like nobody's ever seen before.
A leaker like nobody's ever seen before, says the president. How does that strike you?
Well, it's just the personalization of policy that we've seen with this president. He doesn't work with others. He doesn't try to form a team. He doesn't think ahead, and he doesn't take advice. It's all about him. This raid was him. The fact was the raid was about our military, the outstanding Delta Force and the CIA, and the Kurds. And he doesn't give credit where credit is due. And not sharing information with the other policymakers like Adam Schiff and Speaker Pelosi just jeopardizes him if the raid was unsuccessful, and he wouldn't have an opportunity to say, but you knew about it, you didn't comment. He leaves himself open on the back end, but that's because he doesn't listen to anybody who could have given him advice and told him why it was so important to notify leaders.
Now, the House Speaker says she wants a briefing for the entire House about this Baghdadi raid. Do you have a sense of whether that's going to happen, and if so, when?
Well, I suspect it'll happen, if nothing else, so that Trump can trumpet his alleged success, which is really the success of our military and our intelligence. But it's also important for us to see, we should know history. And obviously, he's deciding and making up history as it goes. He didn't talk to commandos on the ground, and they wouldn't have heard it either. The dog was in the tunnel. There was noise. They were a distance away. They were running in. They weren't listening to him whimpering and crying. That's just Trump made up history. And we don't need it. I was a history major. History is important. It shouldn't be the creative mind of a narcissistic president who makes up fables to embellish his actions.
While we have you there on the Hill, I also want to throw some impeachment questions your way. We've got another week of closed-door testimony. At what point are these hearings going to go public, sir?
I suspect, give or take Thanksgiving, we've got lots of additional material from the witnesses we've had that give us more individuals to call. Those will be in the Intel Committee, and they'll gather information. And I suspect before Thanksgiving we'll start going public. The weird thing is the Republicans are so insistent on being public, and it will be public. But when it's public, it's going to be dynamite, and the public will see just how much we abused the power, or the president abused his power and jeopardized a country that's fighting the aggression of the Russians in their own nation with a war, and that we shouldn't be using congressionally mandated monies to help an ally fight off Russian aggression. And the public will be, I think, realize why this is a valid and good impeachment article and issue. And while we're talking impeachment, I just want to mention my respect for John Conyers, who passed away. He put out impeachment articles on Richard Nixon. He would have been leading impeachment today. John Conyers was a civil rights hero and legend who made this country much, much better. I miss him.
We're certainly remembering the former congressman on this day. Congressman Steve Cohen, thanks for that.